getting on quick time. Minister for Crime Prevention and Minister for Corrections, the Honourable Donahue. It's lovely to see you, Minister. Mr. David Southwick, the Minister for Caulfield. Again, David, wonderful to see you. We do keep running into each other. As many of you would be aware, David's the Parliamentary Secretary of Police. Present for the next hour or so, Rhonda Hemp, she's actually looking very relaxed. The weight being lifted off her shoulders. Rhonda, all let me say congratulations on a wonderful year's work. It's quite breathtaking when you went through your report about the amount of work that you've done. So congratulations and well done to you. And CEO Jill Metz, Jill, I know I need to mention you for the great work you've done and your support for Rhonda as well. So I know you're settling in well and the organisation's in good shape. So good luck as you can. The community patron David Mann, who everyone in this room knows, and David must have the most understanding life in Melbourne. Every second event I go to, I'll see David there. He's involved in so many community events. He's a great supporter of Victoria Police, a great supporter of National Police. David, great to see you again, and again, thank you so much for the community that I know you love. Greg Davies, great to see you here, Secretary of the Police Association. And Greg, David, and myself were out at a function last week, I think it was, wasn't it, when we had 50 Valor Award winners for Victoria Police, and we had a lovely night for those members and their partners. And so Greg, it was such a successful event. I'd just like to thank you again for your commitment about your work with getting that all together. It was really well done. Sam Hunt, the CEO of Crime Stoppers. I had dinner with Sam last night at an event which I'll touch on very shortly. Sue Clark. Sue's our new commander at the Priorities Community Division. Many of you in the room will get to know Sue over the journey. Sue was with Victoria Police and she flitted off to the AFL thinking the grass was green on that side. She realised her mistake 5 years later, and great to have you back, Sue. I know you'll do a wonderful job for us. Andrew King, Brett Goldman and Carolyn Pethick, I need to acknowledge that you in the room from my time working with you over the many, many years. We're all getting old, aren't we? They had hair. The other person I'd like to acknowledge is Miles. Miles, who's obviously doing the MC tonight. Miles and I ran into each other at 7 o'clock this morning. He was telling me, as he was telling you, he's been up since 4 o'clock, and he was helping coordinate 60 range and 700 police across the state. We did an enormous amount of work with our motorcycle gangs, and both Miles and 700 police did a fantastic job. So thanks, Miles, and thanks for your commitment. It's not always easy to work these sort of hours, so well done. Last night I had the great pleasure of joining the Crime Stoppers Board and having dinner with Jeff Wilkinson, who David obviously knows Jeff Wilkinson. I'm sure many of you know David. Sorry, Jeff, not personally, through his work with the Herald Sun. Jeff brought Crime Stoppers to Australia 25 years ago, 26 years ago, and really was the driving force behind it. Mick Miller was there as well last night with the Crime Stopper Board members, and it was lovely to sit there and just hear some of the yarns of 25 years of community engagement and community service. So Crime Stoppers have done a wonderful job. It reinforced with me just how important community engagement is. And Neighbourhood Watch, 30 years on, is a very, very similar story. Just some wonderful work, and work has made our community so much safer. So let me just make a couple of comments. Excuse me, I'm trying to just about right up here. 160 years ago, Victoria Police was established. It happened just 2 years after the state of Victoria split from New South Wales. And back then, our police officers were policing a community of about 200,000 people. So it was a very, very different community. There were no cars, there were no telegrams, and Minister, there was no press conferences, they told me. Would have been good, wouldn't it? No press conferences. Today, though, our state services 6 million Victorians right across our state. And we're using social media, advanced forensic techniques, and smart cars and all to help protect our community. So although policing's changed quite dramatically, the community of Victorians also changed quite dramatically, but some things have not changed at all. So Robert Peel was the father of modern policing, and he once said, "The police are the public, and the public are the police." In other words, the quality of our policing is dependent upon the interaction between police and our citizens. So many of you would know, certainly those wearing a blue shirt in the room, would know that our sworn powers come from the law, and our authority comes from the community that we serve. And this has never changed over 160 years, and it's even more important today than it was way back in 1853. But as the quality of policing is dependent upon its interaction with citizens, the quality of our communities depends upon the interaction between each other. And this is where you, Neighbourhood Watch, come in. Together, you have created and sustained a powerful network of information. You've created a web of concerned citizens, and it's working well. You've helped keep neighbourhoods safer. It's helped strengthen the relationship between the police and the public we serve. Now, the essence of Neighbourhood Watch is clearly the volunteers. In fact, later on tonight, I'll have the great pleasure of handing out a number of awards to some of our volunteers. And I probably should take the opportunity here to just recognise a couple of the volunteers in the room. This is quite amazing. Tom Newman, OAM. Tom, where are you, Tom? 30 years serving Neighbourhood Watch and the community. One of the founding members, I understand, the panel. Quite exceptional effort, and I don't think there's too many people in any community that have committed so much time to help keeping their community. So congratulations to you, Tom. Ron from Geelong. Bell, sorry, Ron, I can't read my writing. Ron, I apologise. I understand you're one of the younger ones. You're only 28 years. So looking after the Geelong area. So thanks so much to you, Ron, for a wonderful service to our community. It's quite exceptional, isn't it, when you think about that effort. And we were having a conversation on the table then about when people joined Neighbourhood Watch, they thought they might have been handing out pamphlets and going to meetings for a couple of years. I wonder if they were told they had to do it for 30 years or 28 years, whether that be something to decide for it. But it is quite amazing. Let me just reflect on volunteerism for a second or two. Despite claims to the contrary by many naysayers, Australians do a very, very good job as being good citizens. When you look at our volunteer rates, nearly 40% of our population volunteers in some way, shape or form. That's 6.5 million people serving their community. Now, the arguments that paint Australians as being fractured, that they're selfish, and they're not willing to contribute, those figures make that statement a lie. Half the population of our great country is volunteering. That's 6.5 million Australians giving their time to coach youth, sports clubs, spending time at bedsides of sick people, clearing pathways of litter, teaching English to recent migrants, or actually contributing to Neighbourhood Watch. And there's many, many other examples. So 6.5 million Australians not only giving their time, but giving their talent, their expertise, their commitment, their spirit, their sense of service, that service should be placed above self. And I congratulate each and every one of you in the room that have done exactly that. Volunteerism is very democratic as well. I read a quote recently which said, volunteering is the ultimate exercise in democracy. We all vote in elections every few years, but when you volunteer, you vote every day about the kind of community you want to live in. And again, you're doing exactly that. I think most of you, probably all of you, would understand the sentiments in that. So all over the country, communities are born by the shared interest of citizens, and they're kept alive by the sense of service and passion. So let me finish by saying thank you for your work, thank you for your concern, thank you for your service. You are making a considerable difference to our community.